How y'all doing?
We okay, Lord, we see you.
I saw y'all come down here. I knew y'all was coming, but I swear I had to stop myself from crying because it was so beautiful when I saw y'all coming. So thank you for being out here. My name is Opal, and I'm going to share a poem I actually wrote for Tony Robinson in 2015. The morning after I heard the news on Tony Robinson, I woke up and tried to write. That's what I do. I'm not out here every day like y'all, but when those feelings come, when there's injustices, I write. The sad and terrible thing is that these words are exactly true again 11 years later, unfortunately, for Corey. So this poem is called My Reaction. That's what it is. I heard a parable once that said something like, they came for the Jews and I said nothing. They came for the blacks and I said nothing. They came for the gays and I said nothing. And by the time they came for me, there was no one left to speak on my behalf. Well, last night they killed a mixed kid in my city. It's the capital, but in actuality, it's a small town, really. No cheers, but I'm saying everybody knows your name. I guess that's the norm, but some mistake it for fame. I heard the mayor came out last night. She's using it right. On our most politically charged streets, we're executing our rights. Because to understand the plight of a black man in his town, no disrespect, but it goes beyond the realm of my ground. Racial lines ain't clear here because it's so damn liberal. Battles are fought in and out these streets. It's more like a war, civil. It's over black and white, but they say it's for other reasons. Around here, politics change like the seasons. But it's always too cold for me and mine. And I don't say that to isolate, but I say it's a great divide between the city and anyone who's black, brown, or poor here. They say it's too progressive, it can't be racist, but I swear that it's more here than anywhere else. It hides itself inside the 10 prominent black folks from our area who made it for themselves. And I look at myself on my way to be one of them, and trust me to say things that I'm trying to say in front of them, but I will because it needs to be heard. See, I say this for the one person in the audience that's going to say, wow. And heard what he would have not in the stare. I just want everyone to know that there's no Christmas fair for anyone whose views are black in this place. Even if you got light skin, but you black in the face, some will feel it's more of a disgrace and they'll treat you for that. And I'm not making speculation, I'm stating the facts. Being black makes everything you do circumstantial. We always too close to the fire, minus the place and the mantle. So it's time we dismantle some of these myths and start telling the truth to some of these kids. See, life isn't fair and it will be harder because of your color. And we need to stick together. That's why we call each other brother or sister, even if it's not by blood. Because these freedoms we have were fought